The position that's in focus here immediately with the 49ers. They just were not good rushing the passer last year when Nick Bosa got hurt. They were one of the worst teams in the NFL in terms of sacks, or the very worst, and they were the very worst in pressure percentage as well. They've got to address the position. I expect them to do it here early, maybe here with this very, very first pick.
Again, they're one of the many teams, 1/4 of the teams in the league that did not make a pick last night. So this will be their first opportunity. They made a late trade out of it last night. Snuck that one in on me, to be completely honest with you. My bad. But so we have the 49ers as currently scheduled. We have the 49ers followed by the Cardinals. Then the Bills, who did not make a pick last night. Then back to the Raiders and the Giants, which are the teams in their normally scheduled spots. After this thing all worked itself out, we had quite a lot of deals last night. And as we discussed in our pregame show, but many just joining us here at the top of the hour for the picks, we do expect some quarterbacks to be drafted tonight. Over the last several years, in the last 5 to be exact, there have been 3 quarterbacks selected in round 2. Tyler Shuck, Will Levis, and Kyle Trask.
Yeah, got a group of maybe 6, 7 quarterbacks, got it all bunched together. Kate Klubnik, we thought at Clemson would be a first rounder. Not happening, right? So you think about these quarterbacks, where they were in August, where they are now, big difference. Carson Beck, Miami. Drew Aller, Penn State. Watch out for them. Obviously, Garrett Nussmeier, LSU. But Cole Payton, North Dakota State, can be a guy who can give you that run dimension. He can be a Taysom Hill type. He's a big, strong, athletic kid. 1-year starter at North Dakota State. Was very accurate throwing the football. And you have the enigmas like Taylon Green. Why aren't you a first rounder? Because you were inconsistent with accuracy. So there's a lot of quarterbacks around all over the place. Something missing. But in day 2, maybe a couple of these quarterbacks come off the board, and the rest obviously in that 4th, 5th round area.
So if you're Arizona, Lewis, and you're looking to add a quarterback, they pick it in the second pick of this, that's 34. Is that too soon in your mind? Is that too early to go quarterback? They have other selections. They could maneuver the board a bit. They have the first pick in round 3. Would 2 picks from now be too early in your view to go for the quarterback?
You know what? It may be. It may be. They may be looking at it, especially when you're talking about assessing how the league looks at these guys. They may figure, hey, why do I need to address this right here at the top of the second round? Why I don't have to pay top of the second round prices for a guy like Carson Beck, who I think should be the first guy off the board? Maybe they pick another position here and maybe they try to address the offensive line, address quarterback a little bit later on. Do they think Carson Beck would still be there in the 3rd? Possibly. Do I think that Carson Beck is someone who could wind up starting for this football team? Absolutely. I think with Carson, it really is about this. It's about how comfortable are you with the person. Because I think that's where people mostly a lot of the criticism of Carson Beck comes with his personality. Do you like him? Do you like how he mingles with the rest of the team? Do you like how he conducts himself as far as being affable and gregarious and being out in the open? Not many people really can criticize a lot of things he did on the football field this year.
He's my 3rd highest rated quarterback. He's 111 on my big board. So to answer your question, for me, it was definitive. Yes, it's too high.
Yeah, I got
at this point. Like I said, he's at 111 on the board, as those quarterbacks are in that 111, 115, 130 range. 4th round, Lou, I'm with you.
Yeah,
round 2, way too high.
There are a lot of guys left on the board right now that could come in and start. I think it's a little bit too early right now to start getting a developmental quarterback, whether it's Aller, whether it's Nussmeier, whether it's Carson Beck, even though he could come in and play. There's some guys on the board right now, Greeny, that can come in and start next year for your football team. I think that's what we're going to see a run on here early in the 2nd round.
There's no look. The top of the 2nd round is as exciting of a time in an NFL draft room. I'm not going to say it's as exciting as the 1st round, but scouts really get excited about this day, especially here in this top half of the 2nd, because there's always guys who you potentially could have seen going in the 1st, but there's always one factor that pushed them out of it, and a lot of times it has nothing to do with their ultimate skill level. And that's what the exciting part is about this part of the 2nd.
This first pick is always something of a hot spot because the teams have had all of these hours to work their way through it. The 49ers, as a team, one of their needs certainly is pass rush depth. They had just 20 sacks last season, which was 6 fewer than any other team. So you've talked about Zion Young. That's a player I know you like a lot. That certainly feels like it could be a possibility here. And then we'll go on from there. I mentioned 7 minutes between the selections in round 2 and then 5 minutes in round 3.
I'll say a player, Lou, you mentioned him. Everybody you talked to in the NFL over the last 2 days, the name that came up, I would say, who's red hot right now? Who's the guy who's not going to have to wait long to hear his name called? Maybe late 1, early 2. It was Trayton Stoops. Yeah. Trayton Stoops' his name as a defensive back out of Arizona. He had an ACL in 2024. He missed the first 2 games of this past season. When he got healthy, he was on fire.
Oh, yeah.
He was all over the field making plays. Last 2 games here, he had interceptions. He was playing, making plays on the ball. He was tackling well. He's a chess piece you can move around. This sick kid is going to fly off the board in round 2. I'd be shocked if we were 5 picks in and Trayden Stukes wasn't selected.
All right, so we'll wait to hear his name. This is a spot that originally belonged to the Jets. It changed hands a number of times. The Jets wound up moving into the end of round 1 and taking Omar Cooper, the receiver out of Indiana, and that leaves San Francisco here to make their selection. I'm told that the pick is in, and we are awaiting the commissioner to come out with the announcement. The energy level is high out here tonight. Still very warm, very pretty day it's been in Pittsburgh, and here we go. We'll have legends making these announcements, and the first pick of the second round is ready to go.
What's up, Pittsburgh? I just want to say it's awesome to be back in my college hometown. It was an honor to play here for 4 years, and I just want to thank the 49ers for this opportunity. I want to give a shout out to the 49er faithful, the best fans in the NFL. With the 33rd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select De'Zhaun Stribling, wide receiver, Ole Miss.
De'Zhaun Stribling, he's from Hawaii, made stops at Washington State and Oklahoma State before settling in at Ole Miss, and Mel, really productive the last 2 seasons, 107 catches, 12 touchdowns, and he ran 4.36 at the combine.
Impressive size, speed ratio, good run after the catch ability. You throw it up, and De'Zhaun Stribling, you saw he's right here. You see the burst out of the break. You see the ability here to make the catch, defensive back into the end zone. Stribling put it together this past year in a big way. Talk about it in the college playoff quarterfinal against Georgia in that game. 7 catches for 122 yards against Miami, 5 catches, 77 yards. He was an excellent football player. The size, speed ratio that he has puts him in a category we talked about, maybe even a little ahead of Denzel Boston. I thought Boston was a better overall player from a route running standpoint, but on talent alone, Stribling had a lot of people that really were in his corner.
Yeah, this guy has the makings of a true number 1. A big, strong, physical ex-wide receiver at 6'2", 200, 205, 210 pounds, and Lane Kiffin loved him down there. He was a big playmaker for him all season long. He was a big playmaker at Oklahoma State. He was a big playmaker at Washington State. Got to see this kid play live a couple times. He has put together exactly how you like your outside lane winners to be. He wins all the 50-50 balls down the field. You saw the catch and run stuff that he can do down there. And look, I'm telling you, he will love playing with Brock Purdy in this precision play-action pass offense. He'll get a lot of one-on-one opportunities. They need some juice and some size and speed on the outside.
And when you think about the 49ers, with everything that went on with Brandon Ayuk, now you got Ricky Pearsall, you got De'Zhaun Stribling. They needed a wide receiver. We thought they were maybe going defensive line, but they helped Brock Purdy out. This is a really good pick for them.
Now, General Manager John Lynch said in January, it's safe to say